Hey, welcome back, guys. It's Mint, and thanks for joining me again. When we left off, we picked up an arbiter, brought her to a second planet, and we met Callaghan Fane, a prince contact, and his family. And normally here is where we would start doing some trading, but because there is a trade ban going on, and we don't want to get involved in the trade bans and hurt our reputation with the other factions and clans, so we're going to sidestep that by doing missions. I am going to do some court missions. On this screen here you can see that there are story missions. They'll show up in the upper left hand corner and marked with a book, so you know it's a story. And so you'll interact with the characters, have to make decisions. You'll be given missions based off of the decisions you make. And the rewards can be anything from getting special gear or getting a lot of money, or things turn bad and all of a sudden you have the galaxy's most feared bounty hunter coming after you and chasing you down in space. So brings a completely different level to the game. And I want you guys to discover that by yourselves. So we're just going to sidestep that and do standard missions with it. I'm going to select a couple here. We have a return mission that will pay 11k. We have 27 weeks to pull it off. Piece of cake. It's in this same sector, so we don't have to hyperwarp jump anywhere, which takes time and money to do. So we're going to go ahead and accept this mission. Currently he's only letting us take one at a time, so we need to build up rep with our contact here, and as we build up rep he's going to let us take on more than one, so we can get the rep build up, get our coffers built up. Right now we're at 26k, and sort of where my mind is at right now is I want to get trade permits. We'll go ahead and buy one here. It's only 1600 credits. And actually I'll get a second one here. It's only 4,800 credits. We want to get to a level 4 trade permit so that by the time the trade ban is over, we are able to purchase and sell the most expensive items in the game and very quickly get our coffers up. So once we achieve that, you'll see how quickly we can make money and then start upgrading our ship, get better weapons, get better armor, those types of things. And so that's how we're going to approach this game. So we have our mission. We were fueled up. Everyone went to the doctor that needed to. No one needed to go to the spice hall. And let's go out into space, clicking on map, and we're going to click on our missions button. Here's the mission we accepted. I'm going to set a waypoint for that, and let's just find out where that is. So we're currently here in the sector, and we're flying over here and then flying back, and we're either delivering a crate or bringing one back, and that will allow us to make 17k. It's not too far, and you can see here from the bow and arrow target here that that's where the mission is. Now we're given a couple of choices to complete the mission. The first one is schedule a stately meeting, and the second one is in a spice den. Spice den will be quicker. The stately meeting will boost our reputation, and it takes longer. We want to select that one because we're trying to build our rep with our contact. So we have a transport case. We'll get paid when we return it. So far we've gained 8 rep with House Thaloon, 12 rep with our contact Callaghan Fane, and he gained 1 influence of power by us getting this far in the mission. I'm going to go ahead and check the price of fuel. It's $11, not great, not bad, but it's not going to get a green star. And here you can see we've taken some damage on, but doing extensive repairs or going to the doctor takes time. So you can see here on going to the doctor, it will require 1 day. And also Spice Hall, will take time if people need spice. So keep in mind when you're doing that, as you're doing missions, if your crew is really beat up, you're going to need to make a decision. If you're tight on a timeline to get a mission done, you may choose to wait before healing people or before repairing your ship, because the time clock is ticking. So if we were really tight on time, I would hold off on the medical care for these people. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. It's only 1 day. My guess is we're only a week to a week and a half into mission time. So, and we can check that down here. We have 24 weeks. I think we had 27 to start. So we've only used 3 weeks so far. And as far as repairing, this is, there's no time for that. 21 credits, we'll go ahead and get that fixed. All right, I'm gonna go back over to our mission screen, return shipping, select that, select the waypoint. And let me point this out. You can see we have the second mission here, which is the story mission, has the book. And so even though I'm not doing story missions now, or I choose not to do them in this run through, I may choose down the road not to do it either and then come back to it. These story arcs will stay active for a certain period of time, some longer, some shorter. It could be years while it's still active, and you can go back, set a waypoint to it, interact with that contact, and do the storyline at that point. It's really up to you. All right, we got our waypoint selected, and we're going back to this planet again. Again, I'm hopeful that we don't take on too much damage. All right, so we have a Clan Mucklamoon spy, and when I first started playing the game, I would just hit retreat, and then you notice that when you hit retreat, you're taking some rep hits with Clan Muck. This spy will report me to his faction and say, you know, Mint Dragon is a bad person, and all of a sudden I have negative rep with them. So one technique I use is bribing. We pay them a small amount. Here it is, 500 bucks. And we can still bribe him, so I'm going to do it again. So we just paid $1,000 to him. Now when we retreat, he won't report me. You can confirm that up here in the text. It says his current disposition appears what? Neutral, with a +1. He probably started at a -1. I bribed him. He went to a 0, and I bribed him again. It went to a +1. So you can use this bribe button to pay off their hostility, and all of a sudden they're neutral and don't care about you, and everyone can go their own way. You gain some experience points. You do not take any rep hits with the other faction. So that's a little trick I use. Always try to keep some money down here in your credit jar. And we're back. Complete our return shipping, and here we're given a choice of going over the spice plate, which if you have your crew that has morale damage and you need to send them to a spice hall, clicking this selection will spice your crew up and will help offset that. And the other option we're being given here is a public spectacle, which again takes longer, but it's a reputation booster. We're going to go ahead and select that one. Okay, we got 3 additional rep. Gain some more rep with House Thaloon, some more rep with Callaghan Fane, and he gets more powerful in the Thaloon faction. Good, good, good. We have 30k in credits. We're going to get fuel here. We're going to make our repairs. Notice I'm doing all of this before I take another mission from him, so I'm not wasting time. Getting to the doctor. Anyone need spice? Nope. Okay, we're all paid up. We have a couple of people here that need upgraded. And let's take care of that right now. See the sticky filter? It's only showing us the crew that need upgraded or leveled up. So saves you mouse clicks. Alright, so our captain is an Explorer Commander. I want to get to Explorer 5 as quickly as I can because that's when we'll have additional talents that I want to get. And here we better boost our doctor up. And so we have a talent that we can choose. One nice one here is a doctor talent. It's called Assisted Care. It reduces the price of the medical care on the planet. So when we're healing people up at the doctor, it will reduce the care by 10% plus my doctor skill. So if I have doctor skill of 10, currently it's at like 2 or 3 or something. If it was at 10, I would then get a 20% discount off of medical care that we seek. It does have a 3-week cooldown again. So this is probably one of those talents that maybe you want, at least one of, but maybe more. Maybe. All right, I believe that's it. Yep. Okay, we are all upgraded. Let's go ahead and get another mission now. This one's still active from before. He will let us get 2 missions now. And there is a return shipper, Musefi, Ruck Baker. I'm going to see if those are close to each other. I know I definitely want this one. And I want to take a look at where this mission is. So I'm going to set the waypoint. I'm going to open up a map here. And okay. So this is a tradeway. We haven't been down here before. Musefi. And where is that other one yet? And in fact, I can show you where that is if we open our map here. That's where it is. We are located way up here in the upper left, and this guy is way at the bottom. And then this other one, it's a one-way shipper. This is going to be real close. It's only 5 AUs away. And they basically, this short one pays more. I'm going to go ahead and accept this. So we will take care of the one-way shipper on the way down. And this is where that mission is. Okay. So I can I can use the mission button here, select the one-way shipper, and select waypoint. But if I'm zooming in and out of the map and I can see the plant or know the plant we want to go to, you can just right-click. And by right-clicking, it will automatically navigate, so I don't have to use the navigate button. Again, saving a mouse click. Right, here's our one-way shipper. Public spectacle, so we can max our rep boost. And we've been paid 4K for that. Awesome. Fuel up if it's cheap, $16. That is not cheap. I think the average across the game is around 15 credits. So whenever I run across one that's $2, $4, $8, anything under 10, I'll mark it with a green star. And then when I go to my star atlas, I can see which landing zones have the inexpensive fuel. And if you use a technique like this with the stars, you can even from here, you can on the map change the color of it. I tend to use green for low-cost fuel. You can use a red one for really anything you want. If I'm doing a merchant, I'll mark planets that I like to do trade with a red star for demand and maybe a blue star for supply, and you can map out your trade zones. But as you're flying between quadrants, you can go into the quadrant, open up the Star Atlas, and see exactly where the inexpensive fuel is and go there. So that's pretty cool. All right, so we know we have to go to the bottom here. Again, I could go to mission and set a waypoint, but since we know it, I'm just going to right click and the ship will start to fly there immediately. Now, if you take a look at our event log here, we're starting to take less and less damage as we're going through. That's because our skills are increasing over time as they get experience. All right, here's an explorer. We're being given an option to bribe them, so let's do that. And we just had to bribe them once. Says they were initially cautious, but now they're neutral. Awesome. Now, and when I'm bribing, sometimes you have to do it 4 or 5 times to get them to the neutral state. That's why I try to keep 5 grand of credits just for bribing. Because if you're going on a long trip and you're coming across all of these ships, some sectors are busier than others and it varies over time. But you don't want to run out of money and then all of a sudden get stuck in a fight with them. All right, so we are continuing to navigate back up. We hit the navigate button. You can also hit the space bar. And we have just enough fuel to get there. Okay, here's a bounty hunter. Gosh, I hate with bounty hunters that are indie. It doesn't matter because your reputation. There's no one for an independent to report you to. They don't belong to a faction or a clan or a great house, so you can blow them off. If you're given a bribe option or a retreat option, just retreat. No reason to pay them. And if you note down here on my fuel gauge at the very bottom, it's saying I have 10 fuel range and it is 5 AUs to the waypoint here. So I have 10 fuel I'm using, and it'll take 5 to get to the waypoint. So I know I have enough fuel to get there. All right, we landed. Here is that tradeway. Ooh, here's our retired explorer contact. Awesome. We're going to do with Deserve Pump to get the most rep. And we have a sealed crate. Let's go ahead and fuel up. $12. Not great. No gold star for him. We have some engine damage, but not a lot. It's going to take 2 days. I'm pretty sure we can. Yeah, we have 24 weeks. We could fix it right now if we wanted to, or we can wait. I'm going to pay the crew though for sure. And we have 1 upgrade to do. Let's go down to status, crew. This is our Navigator Explorer, and we have lots of navigators on the ship, so I'm not going to take any talents having to do with that. We're going to focus on being an explorer. I'm going to get the gut instinct, which allows us to pass this talent. Now over here in the descriptor, it tells you that 1 person knows this exact talent, and our crew knows 1 talent of this type. So what that's telling you is some of the talents are similar, particularly on things like, you know, a pilot test or a pilot save. There may be 2 different jobs that have pilot saves, and one area of feedback that a lot of people gave, including myself, was, man, it would be great to know, you know, even though I don't have this pilot save, that if someone else knows the same or similar type of save or a similar talent, let me know in the descriptor so I'm not just, you know, overtraining or mistraining the crew with the limited talents I have. So that's in the game now. We're going to go ahead and get a second Explore test save. All right, we are all upgraded. I think we're healed up. And as far as the ship, we do have some repair work to do on our engine. We're going to wait till we get back. Okay, go to our mission screen, select return shipping, set the waypoint, and off we go. Okay, this is our own faction, so we don't need to worry about them. They're a merchant. When we acknowledge them, we have a good chance of gaining rep with our own faction as well. You either get 0, 1, or 2, I think, points. In this case, we didn't get any additional rep for acknowledging them. But on rare instances, you may get some rep damage from another faction if we're, say, in a spy war with them and you acknowledge one of your Thaloon spies that you come across. They may ding us. So there's very, very weird fringe edge cases, but generally you don't have to worry about your own faction. Just acknowledge them and go on. Okay, here's a spy from Richard. Let's go ahead and bribe them. They are now neutral, and now we can leave. It did cost us 1,000 credits, but if we get into a battle with them, even if our intentions are just to escape from them, you can take on a lot more damage, wounded crew, morale goes down, and next thing you know, you have a bunch of deserters on your hand or people trying to take over the ship in a mutiny. So we want to avoid that. We did fail a doctor test and a repair test, so we can expect to have some damage on the ship. If someone was going to leave, the minute you land is when it happens. So here I know that we didn't lose anyone. But the first thing we're going to do, of course, is finish our mission. Again, public spectacle, max out our rep. And we've been paid 11K. Alright, we're up to almost 40K, but we need to fuel up, repair the ship, heal everyone up. Some people need a spice haul, and of course we're going to pay those wages. We now have 2 people ready to level up. Let's take care of that. Okay, Quartermaster Zealot. I like upgrading these evenly, so we're just going to put Quartermaster to 2, and the next time we level up, we'll level up the Zealot, and we'll pick up talents as we go. It had already, at game start, given us a command test save, and I'm going to go down here and pick Famous Fury, which is a intimidation test save, which we failed one of them on that last mission heading down there. So we now have a save for that situation. This goes up 1 job rank, is our Doctor Engineer. I'm going to go ahead and do the Engineer. Getting to level 2 is significant. It bumps you up. Here we have 3 repair and 1 electronics, and when we go to level 2 it will bump us to 4 repair and 3 electronics. So getting to level 2 is significant for any job, and we're going to go ahead and scoop up those incremental points, and we'll come back and upgrade the Doctor next time for them. We already have a port maintenance talent which was given to us by default when the game started, and that does automatic repair of damage when you land, and the cooldown, I believe it's 9 weeks. We're currently on cooldown. It says 6 weeks, 4 days remaining, so I think it's a 9-week cooldown. And I'm going to select this 10 of overhaul. That's a repair test save. Learn that, and I think that's it. We're all upgraded. Alright, cool. So you can see what we're doing at this point. We're running missions with Callaghan Fane. We're getting money in our coffers, and our intention is to purchase this level 4 principal trader trade permit, which is going to allow us to establish and go on some trade routes. We're waiting for the trade ban to finish. Go to our factions. You can here see that trade ban is still active. It's been going on 23 weeks. They can last anywhere from 1 week to 5 years. You really don't know. But while that's still going on, we're gonna get some money and get those trade permits. So we're gonna pick it up here, do some more missions with Callaghan Fane. We may go visit some of our other starting contacts as well that are in this sector. let's look at them real quick. Here are starting contacts: Prince, Politician, and Retired Explorer. The Politician is nice. We can get diplomat recruits from them, which will give us a negotiate save, which is pretty common on missions, where you have to go to a planet and negotiate for either goods or an agreement, or sometimes to get someone released from prison. And that negotiate save is going to come in handy. So if we get that type of mission, we will probably go visit this politician and bring a diplomat on board just to get that save talent and start leveling them up. Okay, so let's leave it here. We'll come back next time and continue on this journey. Thanks for coming. See you next time.